Alright, so today's video, I'm going to change my fill valve. If you can hear it, my water constantly runs. So I troubleshot a couple things. I adjusted this. Fortunately, it didn't do much. Alright, so one of the first things you want to do is shut off the water. But most of them are going to be located here. Here's your shut off valve, so I'm going to turn my water off. And that's, again, all that's doing, that's just shutting off the water to the toilet here. So the next thing I want to do is actually, I'm going to show you, here's where I'm going to unscrew it here. But keep in mind, this whole entire toilet is full. So I'm going to flush the toilet, a couple times, trying to get all of this water out up top here. I also brought a bucket, so I'm going to catch that water as well. So if you notice when you flush it, obviously this is not going to fill back up. So you may be able to flush it, one more time, but make sure you definitely put a bucket underneath there to catch any excess water that will fall. And then I'm going to unscrew that, and then I'm going to take this off and get a brand new one. All right, so I flushed it. That's about as far down as it's gonna go as far as with me flushing it. Don't worry about the toilet bowl water. It's not gonna affect anything. But yeah, so there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can get a sponge and also have a bucket, or you can just kind of unscrew that from underneath the toilet. But I recommend just doing a sponge because once you do that, it's going to be a mess. I'm going to try to get as much excess water out as possible before I start unscrewing my water line there. All right, so I got my sponge and I got my bucket. And all I'm going to do is just try to soak it up as best as possible. And bring it out. Just keep doing that so I can get it just as much water. All right, so I got pretty much as much water out as I possibly can with my sponge. Now, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unscrew this part here, and I'm gonna do it off camera just because I'm gonna try to put that bucket underneath there fairly quickly. But I'll show you. It's usually they're hand tight. If not, you can just get some pliers, or a wrench. Small wrench, but you don't want to, when you put it on, you definitely don't want to over torque it. So I'm going to take this off, and I'll take the piece out and show you what it looks like. All right, so I got that off. Of course, I had to use pliers, but there's also another piece here that you're definitely going to want to use pliers for. You just want to unloosen that little nut right there. All right, so pretty much got the screw off here. I'm going to show you the top of the. All right. Show you the top here. So this whole entire piece comes out just like that. Pro tip, if you don't know what to get, take this whole entire thing with you. Take everything with you to whatever store you're gonna go to, just so they can pretty much mirror and match it. A lot of them say universal. That's not always the case. So make sure you take it with you just so they can mirror and match it. And also make sure you keep the parts too. Don't throw anything away until you're completely done with the job, because just trust me, don't do that. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab a new one and install it and get the toilet working, not running again. All right, so got my new fill valve here. I'm going to unbox it, place it in there, and that should fix our problem here. All right, so here are the pieces that come with it. And yeah, I'm gonna put it together and put it in. All right, so let's put my tube onto this piece here. This actually adjusts, so you want to get it the length, that it should be. I'm going to fit it in there and show you what length it actually should be when you put it beside your toilet. All right, so I adjusted it. I have it to about where, the gray part, the fill line, the water level line is about flush, with my pipe here. So that's about where you want it. Just adjust it that way and just make sure you tighten your fill valve to where it is tight. Actually, just essentially, you want to line up your arrows almost with the line, and that'll lock it in place. So next what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this piece here, it's gonna go underneath the toilet. All right, it's gonna sit flush with this, so make sure you hand tighten this to your fill valve. All right, so I have a little bit of extra hose here. I wanted to sit, you know, kind of flush here, so I'm gonna cut some of this off. You know, remember, you can always cut more off. You can't add more back on, but I'm gonna cut that, put my clip on, and go to the next step. And here's what that's gonna look like. I may trim a little bit more off, you know, but for the most part, that's what the finished product will look like. And so now, I'm gonna reattach my water line. Keep in mind, I'm going to hand tighten it. So I'm gonna turn my water back on. Make sure you just check for leaks. Make sure you don't get any leaks. I'm gonna let it fill up, and the toilet shouldn't be running anymore. Oh, gotta get my little pieces out of there. All right, so my toilet's filled up. I'm going to flush it. It's gonna fill back up. I'm not gonna do the whole entire video this time, but it'll fill back up and I'll show you that it's not running anymore. Then you put your top back on, and that is it. Definitely would probably recommend changing the flapper as well, depending on how old it is. It's not a bad idea. Once you're in there, it's a pretty easy change as well. But that is it. Fixed your problem. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you next time.